What is up, guys? I hope y'all are doing well. It is a dreary day here in Nashville, so I hope y'all are having prettier weather than we are here. But it's been a minute since I made a video. Life happened, but I'm excited. This is a video that I've wanted to make for a while. Something that's just kind of been on my mind, and especially for all you who are applying to internships and just trying to figure out what to do. This is just a video on the 5 things I wish I would have known before starting an internship. So let's go. So my first tip is to not let orientation overwhelm you. So our orientation was, I think, about 4 or 5 days long, and by the end of it, I was so nervous. A little backstory, I actually finished undergrad 4 years before I started Dietetic Internship. So I came back, realized this is exactly what I want to do, and so went back. And so there's a lot of relearning how to study, to be in the college mindset again. So that was a little bit tricky. So after orientation, I felt so overwhelmed, and because they were literally throwing everything at us for the whole program. My program was 11 months, and so they gave us all the information about everything that we needed. And so for me, I'm just seeing that as, oh my gosh, this is so much stuff I have to do. And just really feeling overwhelmed. So don't let that overwhelm you. It's for the course of the whole program, and typically you're doing stuff that you may not even need for later, and they're going to give you the tools that you need as those things come along. So you don't have to remember everything from orientation, and you don't have to feel like you have to do it all right now. So they'll give you all your assignments typically and show you kind of the expectation and all of that. So that's definitely the first tip, is to breathe. You're gonna get through it, and they're just giving you a lot of information at one time. All right, tip number 2 is, if your program allows, to choose a rotation that you are interested in. If you're wanting to get into private practice, try and find a preceptor also in the city that you want to work. Is so helpful. That is one thing that I really wish I would have taken advantage of, and I wish I would have planned a little bit earlier for. I tried to reach out to some preceptors in Nashville, but it was just too late by the time I got there. So they had already had interns all lined up and stuff. So I really wish I would have taken advantage of finding a rotation in the city that I was moving to. Just because it's really helpful. Even if you aren't going to work at that specific site when you're finished, chances are that dietitian knows other dietitians and knows different job listings and all of that. It's like a really small community is what I'm learning. It's so funny. I'm like, so many dietitians are all connected. Choosing a site that you are interested in, if it's something that you feel like, this is what I know that this is what I want to do, it can just be helpful to do it, to just get that experience before committing to a full-time job somewhere. So that is something I wish I would have been able to do. Definitely learning. Hope you'll have a little bit of time to kind of plan on the front end with that. It would be really helpful for your career afterwards. The next tip is, don't let rotation stress you out. A lot of times especially before going into like a clinical setting, I was so nervous because I felt like I needed to know everything. Your preceptors literally just want to know that you are genuinely interested, that you're engaged, that you're trying to understand the material. Even if it's a site that you're not super excited about, or that you feel like you don't want to go into, there's literally so much that you can learn at every site. And there's always information that you can glean and take away from those specific places. And too, just asking questions. Preceptors want to know that you're engaged, that you actually are trying to learn the information. I was afraid that I had to walk in and know everything at all of these sites, because I was like, this is what I'm here for. But it's just not true. They know that we're students, and honestly, they're there to help. They're there to ask questions. They're there to answer questions. We're there to ask questions. It was way less stressful than I had originally expected. People were really helpful and wanted, just us to ask questions. And for charting, they'll give you all the tools that you need. I was so nervous about charting that I wouldn't be right. But people are always checking your work. So there's nothing to stress about. There's a lot of information that is thrown at you, but they realize that. So you don't have to walk into the situation and feel like you're the professional, because we're still learning. We're just the students. This next tip is something that I honestly knew before starting internship, and you probably do too if you've been looking into them. Internships are expensive. The biggest bit of advice I can give for this one is to try and save beforehand. Like I said, I had a few years between undergrad and internship, so I did have some time to save some money, which was so helpful, and so I'm so thankful for that time. If you can save on the front end, it will alleviate so much stress during the internship. But also, if you are unable to, having a little part-time job. I know that a lot of people don't recommend having a job during internship, and by no means, if you feel too overwhelmed, if you feel like it's something that you just can't do, don't sacrifice grades, don't sacrifice learning the information and fully being present at the internship for a part-time job. But if you can, something that that you can work 8 to 10 hours a week is just really helpful. It definitely helped me with paying groceries and all of that. So I was really thankful for that. I actually worked as a security at the football games of the campus I was at, which was really hilarious if you know me. So we had a good time. It was something else. So probably not a job I will ever have again, but it was definitely memory made and something that just kind of helped with groceries, help with some rent. So definitely something I recommend if you feel like you have the mental capacity for that. I also would use apps that I could sell clothing or just things around the house that I didn't need anymore. So some apps that I used are like Poshmark and Mercari. These are really helpful. It's not like it's going to bring in a ton of money, but just helpful to, bring in like 15-20 bucks here and there. So I definitely like those, and it keeps you organized and kind of cleaned out, which I'm always a fan of. So I really like that. Those were definitely really helpful. And there are also some apps for couponing that I use. Ibotta is one that, I've used for a while, and honestly I started right before the internship, and I'm still using it because it's just helpful. At grocery stores you can download the app, clip those coupons, and then apply those like little promos to the groceries that you buy. So don't let it make you buy more stuff than you would before, because then there's no purpose in it. But if it's for things that you're actually buying, it can be really helpful. So it helped me save a little bit of money. So yeah, that's definitely something I recommend. Tip number 5 is to remember to breathe. Internships can be a lot and just hit points of being a little bit overwhelming. And so take time, relax. This is a time that you will never have again. And so really soaking up those experiences, those friendships. For me, that kind of looked like there was this pond at the school that I was an intern at, and I would just like take walks to just like clear my head, pray, and just like give these things to the Lord when I was stressed. And so I'm definitely somebody that has to be outside whenever I need to clear my head. That was really helpful. I loved that special place. There were also there's this one specific really cute little local coffee shop that I went to all the time. But it was just helpful. It was just like something that I enjoyed, that didn't cost a lot of money, but was something that was really special to that time. So you've got this. I know that it can be a lot, especially whenever you are applying. It can just seem like so much, but you can do it. You have got everything it takes. You've made it this far, and you're gonna get through this thing. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope it was helpful. I hope these tips are something. I'm sure you've thought of most of them, but hopefully some will just kind of spark something in you that maybe was just a little bit helpful, or just reminded you of something. Yeah, I really hope you enjoy your internship. I hope it's just a really sweet time in your life. that you learn a lot and enjoy that process. If you have any questions or if there's anything that, that I can help answer being on this side of internship, I'd love to help out and answer any of those for you guys. So until next time, I'll see you guys. A lot of don't sacrifice. I was internshipping. It was quite a show, let me just tell you.